about Collin Sexton, a.k.a. the Young Bull, is that he embraces contact.
NBA scouts are drooling right now.
Look at the way he split this defense. What a beautiful move. NBA range three.
Got it! Collin Sexton is so special and a potential lottery pick.
Do or die for Bama. Must win to make the NCAA tournament. Sexton got it! He got it! He got it!
Collin Sexton is a blur in transition. Here goes length of the floor in 4.4 seconds. Finishes the right-handed flip shot over Robert Williams to win the game in the SEC tournament. Loves the big moment. Then wants to run after makes as well. He's extremely aggressive and dynamic, putting pressure on the defense. And a very good athlete as well. He can explode off either foot. Now, he doesn't have the longest strides, but he's quick and relentless in transition and loves to get into the body of rim protectors, not afraid of contact. Collin Sexton has 3-level scoring potential because of his budding pull-up game and his ability to get downhill, putting pressure on the defense. Now, he doesn't have great range on his 3-ball, but if you go under every screen and dare him to shoot, he's more than capable. He's a big-time worker, going to continue to get better there. But where he really wants to operate is in these mid-range spots, especially going to his left. Does a great job of rising into these pull-ups, was in the 80th percentile as a pull-up shooter during his freshman season, and then that sets up the rest of his game. He's instinctual, splitting ball screens, dynamic, can play high to low, can change speeds and directions on a dime, does a great job of getting downhill here, and he lived at the free throw line during his freshman season, doesn't shy away from contact in the slightest, and he really improved in terms of finesse as the season went on. Here you see a 2-foot floater from about 13 feet out. Has some touch, is going to continue to get better in that area. Then he can also get you a bucket in isolation situations, whether it's against a switch or a smaller guard. Here maintains nice balance on the slight step back three. Not a great shooter, but made 1.8 threes per 40 minutes at 34%, and then uses that jump shot to set up the rest of his game, changes speeds, uses that combination of quickness and power to explode to the rim. Here it keeps Tremont Waters guessing, plays off that hang dribble and explodes, gets into his body. Shot 10.2 free throws per 40 minutes as a freshman, and then his ability to get downhill and pick and roll should open things up as a playmaker. Not the most natural passer, but his ability to live in the paint will allow him to make others better in time. Where Sexton can really have an instant impact at the NBA level is on the defensive end. He loves to pick up 94 feet. Here sitting down in a stance against Vanderbilt, heating up the ball, applies relentless ball pressure. He's a physical defender. He has good length for his position with a 6'7" wingspan, can switch every screen, has the body to shed contact, and eventually ends up in the post here against Jeff Roberson. He's going to fight around to poke this ball away. Just really active and competitive. And then did a great job in his head-to-head matchup against Trae Young. Here bothering him, keeps him in front, held him to 6 for 17 shooting. He takes those type of matchups personally, just extremely competitive with a high motor. Here makes Tremont Waters uncomfortable with his ball pressure, keeps him in front and finishes with a hand contest. And then also has the frame to hold up against switches. Here against Mustafa Heron, does a nice job of battling him on the block and forcing a tough shot in the paint. Sexton still very much learning how to get others involved, make his teammates better, a little bit flash over substance in terms of his decision making in the open court. He'll fire up long contested twos with no numbers in transition, and still trying to find that balance between scoring and playmaking. Real concerns about his ability to make others better. Here, one pass into the offense, he jacks up a long contested two against Trae Young. 20 seconds on the shot clock still, and then doesn't have great vision seeing over the top and pick and roll. He misses the roll man there, and then he doesn't have much patience. He's going to reject the ball screen and fire up a contested pull-up again with 16 seconds on the shot clock. Here just doesn't see over the top and pick and roll, kills his dribble against pressure, and then tries to throw the ball off the glass to himself with 18 seconds still on the shot clock. Just still really wild and sped up in his approach. Here needs to get John Petty out of that corner for an empty side pick and roll, but he doesn't wait for the screen from Dante Hall and barrels right into the defender, tries to force a split, and he's still learning when to use ball screens, when to reject. He's really reliant and predictable getting to that left-hand hang dribble. They sit on it here, he rejects the screen, and he barrels into the defender. His patience as a point guard still very much evolving. Sexton also has room to polish up his handle. Now, he was able to get to spots on the floor at the college level because of raw athleticism, but the ball slows him down at times. He's a little bit loose with it. Not the most advanced ball handler for a guard in his mold. He shot only 47% at the rim in the half court, in the 27th percentile. Really low number given his athleticism and strength, and it's really a product of these type of shots. He misses the drop off and just forces too many shots at the rim. Now, NBA space will help him, but too many possessions look like this. Head down, trying to barrel his way through help defenders, his lack of feel showing, and just really needs to do a better job of picking his spots. How Sexton evolves as a shooter will go a long way in determining the type of NBA career he's going to have. Now, he's capable if you dare him to shoot and go under every screen. He's comfortable in mid-range spots, but he doesn't really have NBA range off the bounce. Wasn't much of a three-point shooter early on in his high school career. He's improved, but he's going to have to continue getting better. Had some major peaks and valleys during his freshman season, and he'll have to make enough to force defenders to go over ball screens. Then that lack of pull-up range shows in switch situations at times, has to force shots at the rim, and just not all that comfortable rising up from beyond the three-point line. For as competitive as he is on the ball, Sexton has some major lapses off the ball. Here in the near corner, completely leaves Jalen Hudson, Florida's best shooter, for the catch and shoot three. And then on this underneath out of bounds play, completely loses sight of his man, gives up a wide open corner three. Just needs to improve his discipline and awareness on the defensive end. You like the motor, but he gives up far too many open looks because he loses focus.
We're here with Collin Sexton at the Under-17 World Championship Training Camp in Colorado Springs.
2017 McDonald's All-American Game with DraftExpress. We're here with Collin Sexton, the dunk champion.
The best players in all college basketball.
Kid wants the moment, wants the shot.
I'm officially declaring for the 2018 NBA Draft. Thank you, and roll tide.
How would you sum up what your journey's been like under Coach Avery to right now?
It's been a roller coaster as well as a learning experience because you just can't go in there and know it all. You have to learn, and I felt like he helped me this past year at Alabama.
You have a chip on your shoulder. Would you say that you do?
I feel like every time I go out there, I have a chip on my shoulder. I feel like I have to prove something and prove that I am good and I can play with the best of them.
Collin Sexton is arguably the most competitive prospect in the 2018 NBA Draft. He's a dynamic open court athlete with three-level scoring potential, especially in pick and roll with NBA spacing. When his jumper's working, Sexton is as tough of a cover as there is in this draft, and his defensive toughness and motor allow him to impact the game on both ends of the floor. But there are real concerns about Sexton's ability to make others better. How long will it take him to learn how to run an NBA team? Will he shoot the ball well enough to force defenders over ball screens? Is he skilled enough to combat his average size? Although it may take Sexton time to settle in, given his competitive nature and work ethic, he's likely to maximize his long-term potential at the next level.
When I step between those lines, it's no friends. It's us against them. It's time to go. We're trying to win. There's no buddy. So whatever it takes to win the game is going to happen. So.